Hello from a drizzly Wigan Wallgate train station. In this video I'm going to be going through how I best try to get a good seat on Ryanair without paying anything extra. Also, I'm going to Salou, going to Port Ventura, going to Ferrari-land, only spending 2 days there. I'm staying at the California Garden Hotel, so we'll have a look at that. I'm going from Manchester Airport, which is like the baby terminal. It's actually really small, so I always try, if I've got a priority pass, to use a lounge there, because it's a pretty miserable Terminal 3 at Manchester. All of Manchester's pretty miserable, but that one in particular is pretty bad. So I'm going to go to the escape lounge and see if I can get in, see if there's a way to get in. I think hopefully towards the end of the day it should be alright. So we'll see. So I'll take a look around there as well. Also going to Salou via all public transport. So I've walked to the station, getting Wigan Wallgate to Manchester Airport train with one change at Salford Crescent. So stay tuned if you want to see how we do that. So just taking a lift up. And terminals 1 and 3 across a little link bridge. Good to see that these are off. All of them are off, so it doesn't suggest there's something wrong with them. So if you struggle walking, good luck. What is odd, whenever you step on an escalator or travelator, that is off. Your brain still makes the calculations as if it was moving. It's really odd. It's happened a few times when you fell over. So it's a little bit confusing then, because it said stairs and lifts to Terminal 3 and Terminal 1, but you got down to Terminal 1 there was nothing for Terminal 3. You have to come into Terminal 1 and go to the far left of Terminal 1 to then get to Terminal. There's like lifts to come down to Terminal 3. It is covered there if it's raining. It's a bit windy through here, but you can see it's just homing into view on the side. So the departures are towards the right hand side as you come in. We'll be on the upper floor. And then head over to the right hand side of the terminal. Yeah, we queued all the way over here, over this bridge to the car park, all sorts. Right, I'll see you after security. We really need to start looking at what other countries do. There's no queue there at all, but it took forever because they don't use the post office queue. They do that thing where they put you 4 people deep of a single file queue, which means if there's a problem in your row, you can't just move over to another one. And the 2 people in front of me had so many liquids and just everything. And also they allowed them to sort it out there rather than tell them to get lost and come back once you'd sorted it somewhere else. There was no language barrier here as well, they were English. So it's just like, you had the same rules that I have. So that winds me up. Right, let's go to the lounge. When you come out, this is what it's like in this terminal. Horrible. You can barely literally walk around. I'm hoping I'll be allowed into the lounge today. Just said there's additional seats up here now. Is that new? I can't remember. I think it's called the Escape Lounge, which is what we're going to. Let's see if we're allowed in there. There used to be 2 lounges up here. Was this a British Airways lounge? Was it British Airways? I think they'd go from this terminal. Yeah, it was. This is. I don't say new. They've made use of it because there used to be stills all facing in, like a bench to sit at. You had to sit here on this hard bench for several hours waiting for the flight. Yeah, definitely used to be a lounge up here, but isn't anymore. No flight announcements are made in this area. That's because it used to be a lounge. And therefore they wouldn't have the same speakers in there. Well, there you go. a bit quieter up here, to be fair. That's why I'm talking a bit quietly. Right, I'm trying to get into the lounge because I am starving. Apparently it's the one through here. It's not the one that I went to. I have been in that one before though, so I'm a bit confused. Maybe during COVID they went down to one lounge for a bit and that's why I've been in there, because I only ever had a priority pass card. I've never not had a priority pass card.
What are you doing?
I've never not had a priority pass card, so surely that's the one that I would have done. Maybe during COVID, I don't know, but there was a sign outside saying they accepted priority pass, but I think that's just a generic escape lounge one. Oh, there's still plenty of room. Well, I've not been in this one before, so it'd be nice to have a look at. This is what I've gone for. No hot food, which is interesting. Like, maybe they do a hot breakfast, but not a hot dinner option. The lady on reception was saying how the British Airways one, so it was British Airways, has closed down. So this is the old 1903 lounge, which they've kind of taken over, so they have extra capacity, and so they have somewhere for priority pass members, and I think this is the basic lounge. I think this is the basic lounge now, and the other one is more of a premium. It was only until 6 PM. The other one's open until 7. Our flight's at 7. It's the final hour. I'm kind of going to be kicked down a little bit. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, so have a lovely flight.
Lounge done. Very nice host as we walked in. And she comes around and tells you then 5 minutes before we close. So you're not kicked out early, you're kicked out on the spot, which is what I quite like. Yeah, so I was right, this was a British Airways lounge. And she was saying that they've taken over that lounge through there because of they had to have some priority pass access. Well, there just wouldn't have been enough lounge access, to be fair. Now, when you come back out, you come out into this. So it's not actually been announced yet, our plane, but I know this one is ours. It's because I just looked on flight radar and it's coming from Alicante. 51. It is, 51. Let's move on. Right, I'm out literally 3 minutes, no air gates, dead simple. Being sat towards the front of the plane definitely helped. Right, I've literally just come straight out of the terminal and I've come down to the buses which are down this way, hoping to find a logo with the company that I've used on. Okay, so the guy was wearing red, not orange, which threw me off because it says look for a guy with orange t-shirt. I think it's all just one company, or they all just kind of sell on behalf of each other. Guy in a red t-shirt actually had a print off of names and my name was on that, like, on display, which is great. I just walked past it because I just didn't think that'd be the case. So my name was at the top of the list, which I'm hoping that means I'm first to get off. I am literally as you go into Salou, so I'm hoping there's like 6 or 7 names on there. So I'm hoping that means I'm first off, which would be very, very, very handy. Oh, it's all very foggy. Why is it very foggy? Yeah, so literally they're the doors you come out of. And then the guy, you just seen this person now in red. It's this, these are the same companies that Plana, Giovanni, and From 2. He just said From 2 is another one of their partners, which makes sense. Like I said, he had all my details and stuff, so it's obviously the right guy. Had the right hotel and stuff. So after me saying you don't have a bus Plana bus, I ended up getting a bus Plana bus anyway.
Before the departure of your flight back, in the reception of the hotel, they will tell you at what time and where they pick you up, okay? Now enjoy your holidays, use some sunscreen. Have fun. Bye-bye.
This is how you know you can close to Salou. That's the karting place. That is very much on memory. It seems really busy. No one's on the track, but there's like an arcade and stuff. Here it is. It's not going to be the park. Oh, can you hear that? Can you see them? Oh, you can just about see them. It's literally just starting. Can you see the fireworks? They're hard to see. They're quite low level, to be fair. That is the nighttime spectacular show at Port Aventura. It's literally just started as I started that clip. The bus, I mean, good luck with the guy trying to program his Google Maps. But I was off first, so I need to remember this because I always moan that I'm always get the bad luck. That's what it looks like. I'm going to check in. Okay, there's a secondary reception apparently. Oh, I'm in this building over there. Apparently there's 2 buildings. It looks relatively nice enough. I'm not going to spend any time in the hotel. I will go around the hotel and have a look around and review and stuff, but I'm not going to spend any time here because I'm in the park for 2 full days, 10 AM till pretty much midnight, and then back on the plane again the next day. So I'm going to check in first, get something to eat, and then call it a day. I always think it's a shame that the pools aren't open late. And look at that. Oh, I'm excited to get to the park now. It was fun seeing those fireworks as I came in as well. Bang on time. The fireworks used to be set off at midnight. It's now just gone 11. But I'll talk about more about that in the PA vlogs that I'm going to do. There you go, breakfast is 8 till 10. Breakfast is included here, so I'll be having that to make sure I don't have to fill up too much at the parks. This is a bit nicer. It did seem a bit of a barren reception, that last one. Well, there is no one here. And nothing to press to suggest. Right, I'm going to try and find someone. That's number 1, I think. I'm guessing. Just paid £7.90 something for the benefit of visiting the city. A city tax. I still don't understand the point of charging tourists to come to your city. Just, why do you want to deter them? 119 to 153. Are we here? I think we're here. It's very hard to use a key card and film. It's a good start, isn't it? key doesn't work. Or I'm being an idiot. We don't know yet. I'm just going to check, because it's definitely 116, but we'll see. Okay, it did work, but it's useless. It's like a 10 times try each time. Right, so this is what about £280 gets you for 3 nights. Jesus, that's terrifying. What was that? That must be an emotion sensor. That was a blue screen when I walked in seconds ago. That freaked me out a little bit. And it's a monster. Yeah, so, I mean, it's not glamorous, but therefore, it was the lowest, probably the lowest price with half decent reviews in the area. They give you this, which is for breakfast. This is for Wi-Fi. Everyone's paranoid in Spain about giving away free Wi-Fi. A survey, and then if you want to, you have to wear this around the hotel, which I'm not going to wear until someone tells me to. I think that's if you're going in the pools and everything, but everyone I've seen walking around hasn't got that on. So it's obviously a exercise in bureaucracy for no reason. Let's switch this off. That was terrifying. Also, when I got here, I had to send them an email. They had little like email strips on the back of their monitors of my confirmation email. They weren't just happy seeing it on my Expedia app, even though they had all my details, and I had to fill 0 things in. So why do I have to do that? I'm sure these companies, what's happened with stuff like that is something's happened once and they've thought, this would be a good idea, this will solve that problem, and they've forgot like what the problem was in the first place. Hotel seems nice though. I'll have a separate we'll have a look around the hotel, see what's there. Should we see what our gorgeous view is? Oh! I mean, I didn't expect to have a balcony, to be fair. I know I've got a balcony. It's and I lock myself on the balcony. I have done that before. Yeah, literally right over the entrance. So lots of noise all night, which would be nice. I'll be honest though, other than the front, this side, it's got nice. This is quite nice and high and private, which is quite nice. Right, I'll do more about that in the actual thing review. I have just realised the whole point of this video that I started with, which was the Ryanair thing. The last 10 or so flights I've had from Ryanair, I've kind of gone for this tactic, and it has done me very well. I think I've got 1 middle seat out of 10. You have to take it with a pinch of salt, and there's a few reasons why I am kind of sticking to this method. One, I'm getting results from it. Getting results as if it, is that crucial. A middle seat for 2 hours is absolutely fine for the price on Ryanair. The plane has to be balanced for takeoff. So they say randomly assign seating, but then everyone seems to feel, particularly if you check in early, as in like, is it 24 hours if you haven't paid for a seat? You do tend to get the middle seats a lot. But they can't just randomly assign every single seat, because if they did, everyone potentially could be sat right at the back of the plane in the last 10 rows. Therefore the plane would be, that way, wouldn't it? Be very heavily at the back. And the whole point is they want it left and right, front and back, relatively level. If you've ever been on a really, really quiet Ryanair flight, in fact it was a few years since this has happened, but sometimes the last 10 rows and the first 10 rows won't even be used. Remember that happening on a Barcelona flight actually, years ago. I don't know if that's the same anymore. Actually, that was before the days of reserved seating, so that's how long we're talking. But so if everyone's sat on the right side, if it's pure random, that everyone could be sat on the right side, and I suppose one way it could be random, and then on the day they go, actually no, you need to move here, you need to move here. So that could rule that out. I just check in as late as possible, because I believe, because it makes good business sense, that if there is a middle seat free, you will get that middle seat. Because why wouldn't you? Why would Ryanair program it any different? Because you're more likely to pay to move if you're in a middle seat. You probably take the gamble and then, okay, well, I'll pay to move that. So the longer you leave it, the more shots, the more rolls of the dice, which is happening. So today, I think I need to check this, but I think it's about 4 hours before the flight. You have to be checked in online. Don't check in at the airport. Whatever you do, you'll be slapped with I think it's £55 at the time recording. We'll just try and leave it. So today I actually had to do it a few hours earlier because I was going for a swim, then going into town, then going. So I actually had to do it a little bit earlier than I'd have liked. But I do it as far down as possible. And two things happen. I either get a good middle seat with extra leg room, which happened twice on the way to, where did we go? To Italy, there and back. I think I had a middle seat both times, but I had the extra leg room seats, so still a winner. Because those seats, the extra legroom seats, are probably going to be, and the priority seats, the seats that cost the most, are probably the ones that are left. There's more likeliness that you'd be going towards the front, and they'll need to balance the plane, so it makes sense to put, you know, some people up front as well. So the top tip is really be as late as possible to the game. Hold your nerve. Don't like, oh, it's filling up. It doesn't matter if it fills up. You're still going to be on the plane because you've got a ticket for the plane. And from what I've read, and I've never really heard or seen TikToks of people being bumped from Ryanair flights because they've oversold it. There was middle seats. If you look at the actual diagrams for this flight, there were middle seats available. So this is the seat I got, 7F, completely fair, window seat, would have cost me 13 quid. To change, it still cost me 13 quid. You can see there is other middle seats available. Yeah, so a lot of the time when this has happened, I have actually managed to get these XL legroom seats. Sometimes in the middle, but with a benefit. But yeah, there you go. I meant to do all this like in the lounge, but it was so quiet in the lounge. It was so quiet. And I just think if people paid for the lounge, well, if people paid for anything, the flight was noisy as hell. The flight, I'll get onto the flight in a minute at the end of the video. But if somewhere's quiet, I always think that the last thing they want is some muppet next to them filming themselves quite loudly about everything. It's like they've paid to relax in the same way that I've paid to relax. I'm not going to start shouting whilst I'm there and stuff. So that's why it's been a bit later. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the centre. So I want some food. I'm maybe craving a pizza or maybe just a burger from a greasy spoon type outlet. I don't know. I'm going to go for a quick walk. I say a quick walk around Salou. Salou, in my opinion, is very much the Benidorm of Spain. That doesn't make any sense. If you don't go to Benidorm, you probably will go to Salou. It's a bit like that. So I expect on this Monday night for it to be very calm, very quaint, very peaceful. Well, the joke was going to be that I'd cut to a shot where it'd all be loud music and just a bit of mentalness, but in fact it's all been pretty calm. My little walk around, get some to eat. I just grabbed a burger. I do like how the beaches are just like open. You can still go and get in the sea if you want. They're just not forced, which is odd because they shut their pools at like 4 PM. You can see got all these little blue little lights in the sky. You start to see them everywhere. It's obviously the tat of the week. Here are some nice water fountains. Now I don't know whether it's just because it's late now because it's midnight. Because they do look like, I thought they weren't on and they were broken, but actually it could just be because it's late. My nice little quip was going to be, if only there was some sort of city tax to fix them. Or if they're not making enough money from their monopoly on their taxis in Salou. Also, look at this guy. Until tomorrow, Woody, until tomorrow. The Robin Hood, Sky Sports, all the things you'd ever need. Oh my god, I am having a bit of a trip down memory lane here, because last time I came to Salou, I didn't walk around this little area. I literally played this as a child. Oh wow. Oh my god, they do a cheese toasty. Might have to venture down and get one of them tomorrow night. Here's a nice exterior shot, which includes my room. Not the best place, but then again, I always do pick the cheapest room, don't I? Because I'm hardly in it, so it doesn't really matter. There you go, from 10:30 to 6:30. Very much, you know, come and relax. I find it so odd that it's not just here. It seems to be across Spain they do that. I find that very odd. So that's it for this little travel video. I thought I'd finish it here on this very relaxing nuclear floodlight. The flight was absolutely fine, except from it had the world's angriest cabin crew. She was having a bad day, and it was a rowdy flight. These flights tend to be to Salou. Everyone's in holiday mode. Probably had quite a few drinks already in the airport lounge, and it was loud on there. People getting up when they shouldn't be getting up. The person next to me tried to change. Now, I was quite lucky because obviously I got a window seat, as I talked about. Also, this person knew someone else who had a free seat next to them, so she moved. But she asked to move and said, "You can move just after takeoff, as soon as the seatbelt sign goes off." 2 minutes later, for some reason I don't understand, she then got up and then she decided to then move. Actually, as she asked the person on the edge to move, he stood up and then she started to shuffle out. We're only in row 7, so she could have literally taken 3 steps and gone, "Sorry, you'll need after takeoff." That's all it would have taken. Instead, she ran 3 rows back to the front where the phone is, picked up the phone and shouted, "You cannot change seats!" really quickly. It was very odd. The whole plane went like that, which is a bit odd. And then she kept on making these messages, these announcements throughout, and I kept missing them on my phone. I tried to record like just the audio. Didn't want to point my camera like, Jesus Christ, should literally open the door and kick me out probably. But the one which was, that was bad, but that was kind of on the girl moving, I suppose. The next one, there was 2 women talking. Now I have my headphones on, so I don't know how loud they were being. Just as it was starting the safety briefing, as we were taxiing out, and she went over to them and quite loudly went, "Can you not listen for 2 minutes?" English was not her first language, so it might have been a little bit of cultural, like, for example, German. German's a very upfront language. It is to the point. And it can sound quite aggressive. It's not aggressive, it can just sound quite aggressive and, like I say, to the point and stuff. Spanish is, I think, the same to a certain degree. But it was brutal, to the point where, and then right at the end she shouted, "Go to your seats," when people weren't going to their seats quick enough when they were coming to land. So that was, I'm not going to lie, I was doing nothing wrong. So I just sat there and enjoyed the show, but it was very odd. Because Ryanair, normal, and there's someone else who kept coming up who's obviously dealing with the back of the plane. He was lovely. He was genuinely having a great day. So yeah, she was either in the wrong job or just having a bad day, I think. Trains this morning, all on time, which they're comfortable. There's plenty of seats. I had a table seat both times. There wasn't enough people to kind of sit with me at the table seat. Yes, I was travelling through the day, but when do I ever not moan about anything in the UK? Upset I had to change when I didn't have to used to, so that's a bit annoying. Airport lounge was good, it was quiet, no hot food is my only quibble with that, but pour your own drinks, pour your own spirits. Great, absolutely great. What else have we done? And the bus was fantastic. Do not spend your money on a taxi, unless there's 4 of you and you're paying a €10 fee each. Get the bus, it is cheaper, it's about €8 at the moment. And they literally had, we didn't wait, so I was out quick because I had no luggage, but if I'd have had luggage, that I would have been on the, I'd have had no wait. As the last one came out with the luggage, he then walked us over to the bus. When we got on the bus, double checked all our names again. I will say this, the bus driver was very much a Spanish bus driver. For some reason they never know where they're going. I don't understand why, because their job is to drive the bus around Salou every day, but they never seem to know where they're going. He didn't know where this hotel was, just kind of, luckily I said, "It's fine, I know where it is," because I've got it on my phone, so. But yeah, that's a bit odd, but the service was impeccable. I'm a bit worried about getting picked up and where I'm going to get picked up from, just because, one, I doubt, I'm hoping this is the night shift team at this hotel. The check-in experience was slow and the key's a bit dodgy, but I'm a bit worried about being picked up, so we'll see how that goes. But any problems, I'll add them into the video. If we don't see any problems, it means there's no problems. Quick update for the final day. I'm now on the bus back to the airport. it was 10 minutes late, but which makes sense if they've gone round to all the other pickups. However, I'm the only person on the bus, so I don't know why it was late. And it's just typically Spanish, but just to kind of report the full service. Still can't fault it. I have had to get to the airport a little bit earlier because I think they assume I've got big bags, and I've not. But that's it. If you got to this part of the video, please press subscribe. Please press the like button. If you're not going to subscribe, at least press the like button, because that really does help. The more likes the videos get, you can tell it on the views. It's massively important. And stay tuned for 2 days. Tomorrow doing Port of Aventura, mostly shows in the first video, for reasons I'll explain tomorrow, and then Ferrari Land as well. That'll be the video after that. We are going to try and do Uncharted as well, the new ride, and the day after that we're going to do an express pass day at Port of Aventura and make the most out of that and absolutely milk it. So there'll be more rides on that day because I'll have the pass, I don't have to queue. It's skill trip season, it's going to be busy. I'll see you in the next video. Right, this next man on reception was miles better, so I'm hoping, oh, brilliant.